morning. Are you Braxton Hughes? And this is 25 DCCR 1124. Mr. Hughes was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to burglary of a habitation. The agreement was for a cap of 4 years in prison. I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
We have, Your Honor.
Are there any additions or corrections?
None aware, Judge.
Judge, obviously, I'm aware of some of his criminal history, others not quite so much. I would think that the 4 would probably be on the low end in your opinion, but I would defer to whatever you think.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Parker, you may proceed.
Your Honor, I mean, I've talked to him and I've heard some stories in my life, but I feel that he's telling the truth, not that it's a defense, but they were getting pulled over. He had some other guys in the car. There was drugs in the car. They took the drugs. He leaves and goes to a house that he used to know the person that lived there. He walks in, gets him something to drink and has a thermos or something like that, and then turns around and she's standing there. He had obviously scared her and didn't know it, and it wasn't the person he knew that lived there. And he said, call the cops, and he walked outside and sat down and waited for the cops to show up. And that's what happened. It's not like he was going in there, to try to injure her. I don't think. He walked in the wrong house, and he did take the thermos or mug, and it's simple as that. I think he'd like to talk to the court, Judge, and we're asking for probation, Judge.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Hughes.
Your Honor, what he said is correct. I can't say anything else. I was doing drugs about a year and a half, but I was like a lightweight. I took the drugs and was not really acting like myself, and I went and knocked on the door and went in there. I was trying to get away from the people I was with, but long story short, after this event, I did sober up. Started going back to church with my mom. I was in for treatment at the Right Step. I tried to get into treatment there. I was doing the paperwork, trying to get help, but I was sober for a couple months out there on the streets, and I'm not really like a typical druggie type. I don't go around and commit crimes or nothing like that.
Your criminal history would say otherwise.
This has been a long time.
I understand, but be careful how you word things, because you've been a criminal since 2002. You've got 4 misdemeanors. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 felonies. Many more that you were arrested for, and obviously doing some things that you kind of got either rejected or dismissed because of pleas on other stuff. So I understand that some of those were a long time ago, but it's still not a pretty picture.
I understand that. Most of my previous crimes and stuff, they were behind addiction and stuff, but life's a journey, and I haven't, I still was battling with addiction, but not committing crimes, this, I know, with the standing here in front of you, charged with a crime, I could understand, how it sounded.
Yeah, I mean, and it's at what point do you go get that help before you commit a crime, I do appreciate what you've done since the offense. Ms. Malfino?
Judge, I would definitely agree that this is an odd fact pattern, very odd. I feel sorry for the situation that he's in with his addiction, but I feel more sorry for the young lady who was scared out of her mind when he was in her house, acting probably like a complete psychotic animal with tinfoil on his head. So I don't know that probation at this juncture would be a viable option, Judge, or a good thing for the community, but I defer to whatever you think is best.
if your history had, one of the things that is sticking out is that every probation you've ever gotten has been revoked. So you've never been successful on probation.
I
And
ended up
so,
completing the last one.
huh?
I did complete the last one.
The last one that I see was the federal
Yes, ma'am.
sentence where your supervised release got revoked.
I did get revocation, but I got back out on probation and completed it.
Okay. At this time, Mr. Hughes, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of burglary of a habitation. Sentence you to a term of 4 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. I'm going to hand you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. I have also handed you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Firearm is a legal term, and you should read the written admonishment I provide you to see what devices qualify as a firearm. If you have questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or about how long that lasts, you can talk with Mr. Parker. All right, you can go back with the bailiff. And this is Miss Malfino. Good morning. Are you Kashawn Purdy? And Ms. Purdy is on probation, and cause number 24, DCCR 1272, for the state jail felony offense of unauthorized use of a vehicle. And there's a new indictment in cause number 25, DCCR 1523, charged with injury to a child, elderly, or disabled individual. Mr. Kimler has filed a motion asking for a bond in that unauthorized use case that has the motion in it. Mr. Kimler, you may proceed.
Your Honor, I think she's on deferred. I've reviewed a little bit. I haven't actually gotten discovery on the new case yet, but I have reviewed some photographs that were taken by the defendant's family with injuries. I don't want to downplay it, but it appears to be sort of the minimus type of injury. It's not, and I'll defer to Mr. Hawkpower, may have a different opinion on that. We're simply asking for a bond on the underlying motion to revoke probation to allow our time to prepare to defend the injury to a child case.
I can't, hold on. Y'all, I'm having a hard time. So if you're talking about a case, for some reason, I'm having a hard time. I've got a cold and my ears are stuffy. Y'all need to step in the back. If you're not talking about a case, I need you to really be quiet.
And I'll try to
Speak up, please.
And additionally, she is pregnant. I think that, and I did receive a write-up that was emailed to me from the jail. And to the best of my understanding, it appears she was wearing, I guess, a blue wristband to indicate that she's pregnant. There was some, I don't know, misunderstanding on the part of the jailer as to whether some other female inmate had given her the wristband. Evidently, they get extra rations or extra portions of food and their vitamins and stuff if they're pregnant. But it appears from the write-up that she actually is pregnant, so I don't know that it was a disciplinary write-up or what the purpose of the write-up is, but she certainly, other than that, hasn't had any problems to my knowledge.
All right, you want to put on some evidence with regard to her ability to pay? Would you raise your right hand the best you can? You swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ms. Purdy, the judge just wants to know your ability to pay a bond, to actually come up with the funds necessary to pay a bond when you get out of jail. What's your financial situation right now, just generally speaking?
I had got laid off back in September, but I had got another job at the end of October. So I'll be able to